say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Some Random Guy Speaks. I am your host, Tony Love, and we are about to get started today, ladies and gentlemen. Man, I took off today yesterday, needed that because I've been so busy doing this and working at my first job, Yeah, this thing is a job, man. It really is, though, especially doing it every day, which I do enjoy. Don't get me wrong. I do enjoy it. I wish I could do it full time, I'm working on it, though. I am working on it. But other than that, are you guys having a great time and things? I'm going to address the room in a minute and things. But before I do, let me go ahead and set the scene. Y'all know how I like to set the scene. I got to set the scene, though, Where is my stuff at so I can set the scene? Is this it? No, that's I tell you, me. Yeah, that's wrong. We got to set the scene. In things. Hold on for a minute. Where is my other image? Is this it right here? All right. Let me see. Nope, that's not it. All right. Try to find my other image, and then we'll be ready to go. Yeah. So you guys, I hope everybody's been doing great and doing fine. Nope, that's not the right one. I think this is it right here. Nope, that's the breaking news, though. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? We'll just roll the breaking news for right now because this is still breaking news, in my opinion. Let me get my camera on and stuff. I'm going to address you guys. Hold on for a minute. Yeah, Oh, my goodness, boy. Let me see here. All right. Nope, that's not it. That's the wrong one here. Let me turn my camera on, and then we be ready to go because we're going to be talking about ice, the breaking stuff, man, because, hey, man, this is going down, man. I mean, we're seeing record numbers with ICE arrest and everything, they're just coming up in places, pulling them over, working with a lot of the Democrats on the low, when it come down to ICE and stuff. Man, where is my, oh, there it is. We can't, there I go, guys. Here I go. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so here we are, though, Here we are, though. So I want to address her. You got Angela, the child of God, in the house. There she go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about this, though, because it's going, breaking news and things. Let me see here. Oh, well, we got Jigsaw in here and things. Let me see here. We got Salty Savage. That's a new mod for us, joining the mod squad, Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. So right now, the others will be coming in here, and we're going to go ahead and get into the story, though, guys. Y'all saw the title, right? Oh, my goodness, man. Oh, man. Thank God for ICE. You got that right. Not you again. Thank God for ICE. We got Bud Russell in here, too. Bud Russell. Angelo, child of God. Yep. So we're gonna go ahead and get it going in a minute here, though. Hold on for a minute. Let me just pull up the other one here. I had the other one. Hold on for a minute, guys. We're gonna hold that alert for one moment here. But let's go ahead and get into it first. So we got the American Save Act. You guys know what's up with that and things. But you know what? Let me go ahead and set the scene again. I got to set the scene. There we go. Iceman cometh. Here we go. We got to set the scene. So there's our beautiful men and women too that are ice. You know, nice. Ice is nice. So let me go ahead and now that I got the scene set, you guys know what time it is today, boy? I tell you, man, look at that. Yep, camera looking good. I'm looking good. Yep. All right, so here it is. Enough admiring myself. I just want to make sure I'm looking right. Okay. So we're going to go in and talk about it, though, man. All these arrests and things that are going down, man. Where do I begin? Man, I tell you, man. But we're going to go ahead and get into it. Y'all okay? Because we will have to get started. If you're new here, please hit the like button as well as the subscribe button and things. And I appreciate it, though, too. This is the place where we talk about Trump, his policies, ICE, the whole shebang, you know. We do it in my way, you know. So if I stumble on a word or two, please forgive your brother. And I know you guys know what's going on, you know. But it's all good. So here we are. So now that we have gotten pleasantries out the way, so what's up, everybody? This is Tony Love here. While some people are still pretending the border is a humanitarian issue, ICE just dropped numbers that don't lie. Here it is. 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. 2 weeks, August the 1st to the 14th. ICE arrests 1,328 illegal aliens, right? Oh, man. Think about that. Maryland and Virginia alone, it gets even better, though. That operation is a safe community now, you know. It's safer now that the 8 illegal aliens have been rounded up and arrested. Nearly 400 of them already had criminal convictions, right? Oh, man, and pending charges, right? Murder warrants, attempt murder, hit and run, gang members, MS-13, Tren de Aragua, right? Same week, ICE is rolling through Los Angeles, picking up people who've already been deported for some time and keep coming back. This isn't the raid on families. What is happening, ladies and gentlemen, when the federal government finally decides to enforce the law, and that's what they're doing. Let's break it down. And things. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. If you're new here, once again, this is the place where we look at the actual numbers instead of the press conference slogan. Tonight, we'll be talking about ICE, because ICE is nice operations happening right now. Los Angeles, Maryland, and nationwide. No spin, just ICE itself put out, and what the locals report confirms, right? Hit the like button if you feel to do so. If you want more of this, drop the comments down below if you're watching from wherever you are, right? So here we are. So August the 1st to the 14th. In Maryland and Virginia, across around the United States, the biggest 2 weeks hauled in the states in years, right? ICE highlighted an El Salvadorian, right, national wanted on a murder warrant, arrest in Richmond area. And we also got a Haitian national with the attempt of murder and assault on his record, right? We got a Honduran, right, convicted of felony hit and run, man. Boy, I tell you, man, we got an alleged member of MS-13, right? Street gang, Tren de Aragua, right? We're talking about 18th Street gang. Oh man, boy, I tell you. They did this despite sanctuary policies in several counties, right? Maryland officials are now scrambling for answers, right? And saying people who are afraid to go to work or school. That's the usual script, right? Ain't that they're afraid to go to school and work and all this stuff? The part they leave out is 400 of the people taken off the streets already had criminal records. Go figure that. They already had criminal records, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we're talking about priors, right? This is not no first offense. You know, they try to dress it up with that one dude. What's his name? Garcia, the one they try to say the Maryland man. The Maryland man ain't here no more. I tell you that much, boy. Thanks to our diligent and hardworking men and women of ICE, because it's nice, right? You can be against the chaos at the border and still want worse offenders gone first. That's not cruelty. That's prioritization, ladies and gentlemen. Prioritization, right? Meanwhile, on the West Coast, ICE has been running, right, targeted operations in Los Angeles this week, right? Fox cameras was with them. One man they picked up was 43-year-old Ernest Sewell Perez Garcia. Boy, I tell you, we ain't talking about walking tall with, what's his name? What's it, Elmos? You know what I'm saying? But he has been forcibly removed, Edward James Elmos, but here it is. He has been forcibly removed from the U.S. And four times, ladies and gentlemen, 4 times, 43 years old and still clowning, right? The criminal history is going back to 2003, right? Drugs, DUI, disorderly conduct, you name it, right? He told reporters he knew it was only a matter of time. In other words, he just already said, hey, man, it's going to catch me sooner or later. I may as well go on a little bit up in America and do, because it ain't like I can really go to work too much, though. Ain't nobody going to hire no alleged gang member. I ain't gonna say that. Maybe in Los Angeles, though, boy, he could survive there without even learning English, really, to be honest. When they hit one target, 4 men were with him, admitted they were also here illegally. They admitted it, man, I tell you. Collateral arrest, right? That's how these operations work. Los Angeles have been a sanctuary city for years. Local police were often don't honor ICE detainers, right? Oh, man. Can you imagine? Because of Gavin Newsom, well, no wonder, right? So here it is. They don't honor ICE detainers. So ICE has to go out and find these people themselves, right? No surprise there. Same thing in Chicago. Same thing over there in Minnesota and so forth. That's more expensive and more dangerous for the agents. But they're doing it anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Want to say it again. There's other cities, right, that are cooperating with ICE and the police department, right? And some of these are blue cities and things like that. And I'm going to need to get more information and let you know what it is. Right now, for what I've heard, they are also on the download because they don't want to appear like they are against their party. But many of these blue states that are compliant, they are working along with ICE and law enforcement. Beautiful thing, though, right? Don't believe the hype. This isn't 2025's big televised workplace raids that spark riots. These are a little bit more quieter, more targeted hits, right? Same results of people that shouldn't have been in here taken into custody. They shouldn't have been here in the first place. But what our diligent ICE police officer agents are doing, they're in plain clothes. They like the jump out boys. They're jumping out, right? Police got them detained. They come out, grab them up, put them in the car, and they ride off. The cars are just regular vehicles. They're not even your typical ICE vehicles. Say, oh, that's ICE, that's ICE. They rolling up on regular cars and stuff, man. And wearing street clothes and grabbing them up. They still got the identification that is on them. All right, hold on for a minute. Sorry about that. All right, should turn my phone off. So they rolling up on them, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what they're doing. They still got the ICE thing, ICE police, you know, the cams and stuff. I'm all for the cameras, right? Because if they got the camera vests on, that protects them as well as the ICE agents, right? Here it is, boy, ain't that something? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. So here it is, though. So looking at it, boy, we have ICE arrests going back to July 2026. Arrests of 49,571 people. That's the highest monthly total of this administration so far. June was 43,000. I love it when they say people at ICE ain't doing nothing. They ain't doing enough, right? They're averaging around 1,500 to 1,600 arrests a day. And the White House wants 2,000. Don't you guys think they will hit that 2,000 mark by the time, September get around? I would say so. Some outlets are running with the majority, right? Has no criminal record, which is not true. You guys have heard me read. This has already been verified that these people, right, that they're illegal aliens in the first place. They should not be here, but they're over here anyway with priors, right? When it comes down to DUI, aggravated assault, murder, grape, if you know what I mean, trafficking, all this stuff have already been verified. So we know for the left, the low down, what we call the commies now, right? They cannot stand the fact that we're taking their voter block away from them, and they're very, very upset about it. Look at California, right? Do you think that Gavin Knucklehead Newscum and Big Mouth Bass, you think they're going to comply? No, they're not. They're not going to comply at all. They're going to go down with the ship because they already know. We already know, boy, I tell you, guilty as charged, in my opinion. So here it is. So right now, number one, a large share of arrests are now civil immigration violators, right? Not just the worst of the worst. Number two, they're still pulling what? Murders, offenders, and gang members off the streets every day, every single week. DHS, Department of Homeland Security, put those names out regularly, right? To scale it up, the targeting has, widened, right? That's the policy, right? And this is what's going on, and this is what it is, right? So here's a simple version. If you enter into the country illegally, you are subject to removal. That's the law. That's just how it is, right? You can't come over here illegal. It's in our Constitution. You cannot, you have to come over here, right? The only way you come over here is that you have to go through the right pathway of citizenship. You just don't come over here illegal and expect for somebody just to throw you a bone. That's not how it works. And what about all the other people that came over here the right way? This is why a lot of your Hispanics and as well as your Latinos and so forth, they're upset because you guys are jumping the line. They came over here the right way. You got people from Honduras, El Salvador, right? Mexico, right? Guatemala or whatever. You got a lot of these places, right? A lot of them come in here. Honduras, they come through the right pathway of citizenship. They become a citizen and they make something good of themselves. I'm not mad at them. I got friends that's Latino. So I'm not mad at that at all. Well, that's all we were saying. We had a roundtable discussion, about this stuff, because it's like, who do you think you are to come over here illegal as you know what, hop the line, then you take the jobs away from the people that's already here, right? You know that's not fair. You know that's messed up. So don't play, oh yeah, these are not priors. These are just people with they have no prior arrests. They have no prior crime. We already know the crime history behind it, a lot of them, right? Boy, the man from Maryland. Oh my goodness, I tell you. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. So the people, so we had that. So the people are screaming, raids, every time ICE does the job. Never mention the name of the victims, of the people being arrested. Murder warrants don't write themselves, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we call enforcement looks like when it actually happens instead of being announced and then quietly walk away. That's the show for now that we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, I thank you guys for coming up to the show, checking me out today, where we're going to be showing some videos of ICE in full action. Because again, ladies and gentlemen, you see down there the Iceman coming, right? And they're going and hitting all areas, all 50 states. We're going in, ladies and gentlemen, and we are seeing more arrests. We can get that 2,000 arrest up, man. Right now, what we at 1,600, we could surely get to 2,000. And then after 2,000, we're going to get it up to 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 10,000, ladies and gentlemen, getting them out of our country one day at a time. You know they're going to come here to Dearborn, ladies and gentlemen. We already, I'm looking forward to it because we know everybody in Dearborn is not legal. Let's go in and say it for what it is, right? They are not legal. They did not come through here in the right pathway of citizenship. And I'm just saying for some of these people, right? So therefore, they're going to come to Dearborn. They're going to come to Detroit. They're going to come to these areas. They need to come to Pontiac, too, to keep it real, because there's a lot of illegals over there, I'm sure. So we got illegals in every city now, right? This ain't just one group of people. We are talking about people, right, that definitely don't belong here. All ethnic. Look at what they did to the Haitians. Man, they've been riling the Haitians up. We're going to cover them too. They getting them up on out of here, crying, sobbing, upset, and want to protest. You don't get to protest when you're an illegal. You don't have that right. That's only for people that are birthed here in America, or they establish what we call a naturalized citizenship to become citizens in a peaceful manner, right? But you don't get the chance you don't get an opportunity to protest. You can't protest Hamas. You can't do any of that. That's only reserved for citizens in this country, right? So let's go ahead and show that video, man. Oh, man. So I had to go ahead and talk about the breaking news. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. We're going to show the video. Just give me 1 minute, because it's about to go down and stuff. Just give your brother a little bit of time here. I'm a one-man operation, but I think I'm doing a pretty good job here of getting this information out as well for those that have missed it. Now, this has been going on since about 2 to 3 days, to be really honest, but it's still news. It's still breaking news, right? Because look at how safe our country has become since Trump has taken it over, right? He said, look at it. We are down to 1936 stats when it comes down to crime and stuff like that. Crime, violence, drugs, and everything has dropped. If the Democrats were so cared about the black community as well as this country, it would have done it a long time ago, but they did not. All it was is a scam and sham, ladies and gentlemen. They don't care about America, but we do. And I'm glad we got voted for a man that cares about America as much as we do. And that's Donald J. Trump. Let me go ahead and show the thing here, though. And hold on for a minute. Okay, there we go. So we're going to show Fox News. You know, I can't stand the other phony, lying, cheating rags out there. All right, here we go.
Race Day in our nation's capital. President Trump will soon wave the green flag at the start of the Freedom 250 Grand Prix
hold on
race.
for a minute.
We will take you back there.
We already did that. Hold on for a minute. Let's get to the hold on for a minute. Let's get to this here. There we go.
Hi, Mike. Yeah, we were granted exclusive access this week watching as federal agents targeted illegal immigrants all across Los Angeles County. And one man arrested actually spoke with us after, saying he knew it was just a matter of time.
I knew it was going to happen.
43-year-old Ernesto
Remember I just was talking about this guy, and let's go on and have him play. Go ahead.
Andro Perez Garcia has been forcibly removed from the U.S. at least 4 times.
4 times.
He has a lengthy criminal history dating back to 2003, mostly for drug, alcohol, and driving offenses. He was just arrested again in May for disorderly conduct.
If you knew it was going to happen, did you ever think about just self-deporting, going back to Mexico?
No, because I don't got nothing over there. Even though my mom and pops are over there, I don't got nothing over there. I go over there, they think I'm from here, and I get treated differently. You know what I mean? So why go through it?
Yeah, you saw your picture. Go ahead.
Fox joined ICE agents on the streets of LA this week as they tracked down Perez Garcia and another illegal immigrant. These
Got to
targeted
go.
operations are a marked contrast to last year's massive raids that sparked violent protests. LA's ICE field office director says while his team still encounters resistance on a daily basis, they've shifted tactics, making arrests more quickly and efficiently. Today, every ICE agent in LA is equipped with body-worn cameras, something the
There
director
it is, ladies and
welcomes.
gentlemen.
That's good for us because it's going to be transparent to the community and to other members of the public. That shows, hey, this is really what happened out on the thing, not what the alien said, what happened, or what these community members said what happened.
Thursday's operation also resulted in other arrests for men who did admit to being in the country illegally when they were picked up. Mike?
Fascinating report, Natalie. Chuck, thanks very much.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
For more on
All right, let me see here.
agents carrying out operations, joining me now is Arizona Congressman and gubernatorial candidate Andy Biggs. Congressman, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
As a border state lawmaker, what is your reaction to seeing ICE's operations there in Los Angeles in the setup piece?
Well, what we're seeing in Arizona is similar to what you just saw. The ICE agents are going after known criminal illegal aliens, and they're some of the worst people that you can see. I mean, like the guy you just had something like 20 prior convictions or arrests.
20.
And we see a lot of that. So that's a great move. And the other thing is, if the municipalities and counties would actually transfer those people while they have them in custody, it saves that. The ICE makes it safer for them, makes it safer for the individual who's been arrested, and safer for the community.
How is the border issue playing in the great state of Arizona after being on the front lines of this crisis during the Biden era?
Well, we still have a bit of a problem. This has been locked down more than any time in my lifetime, but there's still a couple of hot spots in Arizona where you see some human and drug trafficking coming up. Arizona is one of only 2 states with a fentanyl overdose death rate actually climbing up instead of going down. So we still have some problems that we're dealing with, but you're seeing ICE kind of handle it like you saw in Los Angeles there, and that's the appropriate way. And it's still a big issue in Arizona, I can tell you that. We still feel it. We still know it's present, and we still have to deal with it on a daily basis.
To your race, Katie Hobbs says she will not debate you, instead opting to tour the state of Arizona. She took the same.
Katie Hobbs, I know you used to live in Arizona. Katie Hobbs, current governor, right? She's afraid to debate anybody. She won't debate conservative Republicans at all because she's afraid. She already know it, though. Katie, remember when Carrie Lake was running for governor in Arizona? And I like Carrie Lake. She's a person that's currently over Voice of America. She, Katie Hobbs is shaking like you know what I'm saying? Shaking. Oh, my goodness. She's so afraid. She's so afraid of her own shadow. Boo!
Against Carrie Lake 4 years ago. What do you make of it?
Well, she knows that if people saw her and I on a debate stage debating the issues, her record versus my record, people would vote for me. She knows that. And what I think, is this is really intriguing to me, is that I've been in the last 3 weeks in virtually every county in Arizona except for a couple. And somehow I'm going to find time to debate. I think the people of the state want to see.
Yeah, I used to live in Maricopa County.
I think it's owed to them, and shame on Governor Hobbs.
Does the lack of a face-to-face debate hurt your chances?
It doesn't hurt my chances. What it does, though, is I think it reveals to the state voters that she's just too afraid to actually try to defend her record. She's got a horrible record. We're now one of the least affordable.
That's why, in my opinion, allegedly, she cheated, right, in those elections back with Carrie Lake and things. Because how can a person that's afraid to debate, right, and how is it that she's able to win and become governor again? How does that happen, right? Boy, I tell you, man, look at this.
Since she came into office.
Makes no sense.
We talked about the fentanyl overdose. There's a lot of issues that we could cover there. And she just simply doesn't want to debate.
Let's dig into that. What are the top issues in this race, and how are you addressing them in terms of answering them for your constituents?
Number one, everywhere I go is affordability. Like I say, we've become one of the least affordable states. A lot of that's due to housing. this governor actually put 2 moratoriums for 3 years, so no houses could be built in the 2 fastest growing areas. And that has driven prices of homes up. And she doesn't want to face that reality. And so we can take care of that through any number of permitting issues that we have going on in Arizona, but we can handle that. Other issues are public safety and the border still, and then public education and choice in education. She's attacked school choice in Arizona, which is really popular here. And in the meantime, she's in bed with the teachers' unions, and people know that. And when they find that out, they're not real happy.
Obviously, you're well.
Well, we know about the teacher unions, don't we? Boy, just a big giant cesspool, isn't it?
Name in Arizona. Now you're competing statewide. Has it been challenging, basically introducing yourself across your great state?
Well, it turns out I know a lot of people throughout the state, but I'll tell you, one of the biggest issues is you forget how big Arizona is geographically and spread out. And so we get all over the state. But the people are great. They've been very supportive and very welcoming. And most Arizonans that I'm coming in contact with, they want to move into a different direction. The majority of Arizonans say we're not going in the right direction under Katie Hobbs. But it's been fun getting out to meet people. That's the best part of the campaign.
Congressman Andy Biggs of the great state of Arizona, great to see you. Thanks very much.
All right, I appreciate that. And let's go back and get some more of, I think I got some other things too. I'm talking about Ilhan Omar is under fire, right? With ICE. Hold on, we're going to pull this on up, man. Ooh.
U.S. President Donald Trump.
Hold on for a minute. Got some music going. Hold on for a minute.
Trump shared a bombshell report from Just the News.
Okay, they got music going on here. Hold on for a minute. I would love to play it, but you already know, right? Hold on for a minute, guys. Let me see if I can find one that's a little bit cleaner. Hold on for a minute. Breaking. Let me see if we can find one that's a little bit cleaner and things. So let me see here.
A major development this morning involving Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. News organizations have been requesting records for months, and now a federal agency says it cannot release the records because doing so could interfere with, quote, enforcement proceedings. Well, joining us now to break down what this could mean and some other headlines out of Washington is our very own Washington insider, Armstrong Williams. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Jan.
So Congresswoman Omar has denied allegations she married Ahmed Nur Saeed Elmi in 2009 as part of an immigration fraud scheme. Critics have alleged he's actually her brother, and that's...
Yeah, when you say the word, you got to roll those tongue. You got to roll that tongue. Ahmed. You got to... That's how you say it, Ahmed, you know? That you got to put that in there, you know? Here we go.
Media organizations have requested records related to any type of investigation. So ICE is not saying there are no records. It is saying it cannot release these records because doing so could, quote, again, interfere with enforcement proceedings. What does that language tell you, Armstrong? Could we be looking at an active federal investigation involving a sitting member of Congress right now?
Well, it is an active investigation involving Omar and much of the abuse and the not being able to trace the funds that they had oversight over. And the public deserves transparency, Jan, but we should not confuse a FOIA exemption with evidence of guilt. And they're very cautious about this, dotting every I, crossing every T. But I think Omar and anyone associated with her in these programs have cause for great concern. I'll leave it at that.
All right. And a FOIA, by the way, Freedom of Information Act, that's what the media typically uses to try and get public records. So again,
this woman, you know, should not even be in our local government at all. Should not be a Congress person at all, Congresswoman at all, ladies and gentlemen. She's from Somalia. She says Somalia first, on the shores of America. Can you believe it? They had the Somali flags up. I think they took a lot of them down now. But before that, if you were to go back a year or two, those flags was up. Somalia first. She's speaking her language first. Speaking in Somalian, whatever that is. But yeah, this is not right, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? We do not want these people in our country. Even we got to change the laws, right? We're talking about the people, that ones that break the law, right? Fraud, stealing, taxpayer money and also enriching themselves greatly, right? You mean to tell me that she raised all this money talking about a clerical error oversight? That ain't no clerical error oversight. How do you oversight over $30 million? Boy, I like to shoot. How does that happen, man? Let's go and play some more here. But this is the thing, though. Very disrespectful. Hate America, right? Talk about you guys that are whites and stuff, how bad you are. Talk about this country, how it should be swept in the dustpan of history. She said all this stuff, not me. Look at this
Story that we're going to be watching to see what happens, and very revealing because we weren't able to get those records. The media was not. And now from questions about what we don't know to whether we can even trust what we're being told at all. A 21-year-old college graduate, Armstrong, created a fake polling company complete with made-up numbers, this fake website, and the media fell for it. I mean, they bought it, just like L.A. Mayor.
This is 3 days ago, ladies and gentlemen.
Bass bought.
There's a big mouth bass, right? You know, bass fishermen. That's a bass, big mouth bass right there.
If a 21-year-old can make up a poll and fool the political world, Armstrong, what does that say about the polls that we're told that were?
I don't never believe in polls, ladies and gentlemen, though. A lot of them are just fake anyway, though, you know. Polls. I don't like to look at no polls.
Are real. How much of polling today is actually measuring public opinion, and how much is trying to shape it?
You know, Jan, it is a devastating indictment of the political media ecosystem. And just think about this. A poll without transparent methodology should never be treated as news. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, polling can, measure these options, but when campaigns and journalists who are guilty of this promote convenient numbers without verification, and that's what happened, it begins shaping opinions instead. And that's what they're doing. They're shaping opinions, not news.
Yeah.
And Armstrong,
he got a great point. It's shaping opinions, never news. That's why you can't be over here listening to polls unless, like you said, if it was transparent, right? But we know with the Dems, it ain't never been transparent. They're liars. They continuously lie. They know their back is against the wall. They pretty much checkmate for them, you know. They don't have that many options left. And that's why we're going to take the midterms or whatever, because they're going to be just like Ricky Hobbs. So how you going to be able to defend this stuff on the debate, right? That's why they're trying so hard they'll cheat or do whatever they can to take the midterms, shape the country, destroy its history, to destroy the Constitution and everything, right? So therefore, they don't want a two-party no more. They want to destroy, they want to destroy any conservatives or anybody that's speaking out from the truth, right? They want to have their whole totalitarian system set up. So therefore, they don't have to debate. And then that way they can keep pushing the madness, pushing this type of hypocrisy and this crazy. We just call them a party of the crazy commies, is what they are. The crazy commies, ladies and gentlemen.
The conversation happening behind closed doors that's getting some attention. We got the midterms a little more than 2 months away, and we're hearing Jared Kushner met privately with House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries. What do you read into this?
Well, it's not a hearsay. It happened. This was a strategic outreach, Jan, and Kushner understands that the Democrats couldn't possibly capture the House, making Jeffries the speaker. And they know what is at stake, the possible impeachment, committee chairmen, progressives, and Hakeem Jeffries also knows that his position and his strength has been weakened in his own backyard in New York. And so it makes sense for them to come together to try to find common ground where they can compromise. But the meeting expresses both their vulnerability, Jan. And so I think they've come to the realization that they have to find a way to cooperate to stop the progressives, and also for Trump to begin the process of being able to work with the Jeffries as Speaker of the House. That's the reality.
What are you talking about with the progressives, though? Jeffries is a progressive, right? And then we got the DSA, which is basically the commies, right? So we got progressives and commies working together. And let's go on and say it for what it really is. And we're not going to use the proper verbiage, then I have to step in.
It's been a long few months, hasn't it? We still got 2 more to go before the midterms. It's been a long one. Ready for it to all be over, right, Armstrong? Good to see you this morning, as always, and hope you have a great Monday.
All right, guys, so that is it on there. Let me see here. Let's take a look at some more here. Criminal probe. Ilhan Umar under investigation. What's new? All we looking for is the day that they snatch her behind out of Congress, right, and send her ASS back to Somalia. That's all we want to hear. All this fraud stuff, we know that it's fraud, right? Let's just say it for what it is. It's fraud in the state of Minnesota, right? That's where it is. How can they not know? How can Tampon Tim balls to the walls not know, right? Boy, I tell you, man, look at this type of stuff. Let me see here. We just talk about the Haitians a little bit.
ICE is planning to...
Let me get rid of the music. Hold on for a minute. Okay, yeah, Cash Jordan. Everybody, a lot of y'all like Cash Jordan. I'm going to like Cash. What's going on, Cash Jordan? Let me do a little bit of a reaction here a little bit. Go ahead.
But as you can...
Hold on, we got the music going on. Come on, Cash.
Go work...
It may be somebody else doing it. Hold on for a minute. This is Haiti. This is the Haitians.
Offered to people from Haiti because of a massive earthquake that displaced residents, and it was supposed to exist for a period of 18 months. But over the past 15 years, it's been extended time and time again, which shows the incredible compassion of the American people, yes, but as critics say, directly challenges the sovereignty of our country and our laws. Because as compassionate as it is to help somebody in their time of need, if a temporary program always ends up being permanent, it stops being human.
Ladies, 350,000 Haitians, right, thought their sanctuary was safe until ICE surrounded New York City, right? And that's going to be over there in Ohio, too, because there's a whole group of them over there. You got to go, Haitians. You got to go. But one thing about it, you have had a great time here in America. Take what you have learned in America, and when you go home, you know what you got to do is you got to build Haiti. I want to see Haiti as an independent nation, sovereign nation as well too. A lot of us is counting on you guys back in Haiti to make Haiti. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps and make Haiti beautiful again. Let's go in and continue.
Humanitarian aid, and it becomes something else. And that would be a workaround for America's immigration system. And that's why the same people advocating for a wide...
Oh, not this guy. Oh, my goodness. Abdul El Saeed, man. Look at this guy here. You know they want to abolish ICE. Let's run it down. And this is a guy right here, right? He want to defund the police, right? You want to get rid of the borders, right? You want to have mass immigration like the world have never seen, right? This is the guy right here. They also believe in, right, we talking about transfer of wealth, taking privatization of owners, right, over to who? These, what we call the DSA, right, which is basically communist. This is communist type stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this.
Border find themselves rallying against the expiration of temporary protected status, no matter which nation it concerns, because they don't like the fact that these programs have an ending at all, and they want them to forever, which exposes how these laws have been twisted, using compassion to instead drive what many say is mass migration. Which brings us to the real reason this showdown over temporary protected status is happening right now. America has this ability to be compassionate, and the American people have that desire, but they're going to lose that ability if every time we have a program like this, it ends up lasting forever and never expires. But our last president conveniently allowed this specific program regarding Haiti, which was extended over years and years to finally end during President Trump's second term right before
it ended, ladies and gentlemen. This is why they're being them and who fought against Somalis, and that stopped, right? They lost that in the Supreme Court. So it's on, ladies and gentlemen. It's on. Don't you just love the fact that America is getting safe again, being clean again, getting rid of all the fraud and all this other type of waste and crap going on, man, taking advantage. And the Dems allowed it, but taking advantage of these set-aside government programs, subsidy programs and everything. Like I said before, I'm not against the total immigration thing, but if we're going to come over here, you got to do it right. I want to put requirements where you have to have a 4-year degree, and we're going to have disciplines such as science, technology, engineering, and math. We need more bright of the bright, the best of the best. We know with these type, because they have their education, you don't have to worry about them living off of, society and so forth like that, right? So the rest of them, take what you learn, go back to Haiti and build Haiti. Same thing for you, Somalia, and the rest of you,
Midterms, which reveals the political weakness of our past presidents who did not care to enforce our laws and instead kicked the can down the road, so to speak, making it harder to enforce them.
And the reason why they didn't want to do it with the previous presidents, even before it got popular to have, before Biden, right? Because no president want to have this on their record, right? It's bad business. That's how they looked at it as Obama and them did. It's bad business. Look at what's going on now, right? You got a president under the Biden, right, administration that allowed him and Kamala Harris, y'all remember? Oh, my goodness, allowed all these illegals to come in here. That's why the crime and everything started going up. DUI, man, I got a friend of mine that got murdered by one of these people that shouldn't have been behind the wheel driving. Boy, how does that happen, man? Oh, my goodness.
We're now seeing the Trump administration attempt to do under conditions that did not exist in our country 10 years ago. And now, as you're about to see, our country is full of politicians who either don't or won't understand the true purpose of a temporary humanitarian aid program. Look at this.
I spoke to the president prior to that.
My dummy.
And I made clear to the president, as I've made clear to anyone across the city, the vital importance of TPS. Again, TPS is something that is granted also in recognition of the conditions of anyone's home country. When we are talking about the conditions in Haiti today, they are very similar to the conditions that led to the authorization of TPS. We are talking about a place that the United States government is recommending to Americans to not visit.
This is flat out incorrect. Now, yes, Mayor Mamdani is a self-proclaimed socialist. We all know that he doesn't like ICE, and here he is running a sanctuary city, but the conditions that he just described don't qualify anyone for temporary protected status. The U.S. has travel warnings in parts of Mexico. We're not extending temporary protected status.
I was about to mention, it's the same thing. Look at these countries, right? And they're trying to make it like it's war-torn on it. No, it's not, right? These people have a job to do, right? Take what you have learned here, go back to Haiti, build Haiti up, make Haiti great again. You too, Somalia, right? Make Somalia great again. You too, people in Mexico and Honduras, make Honduras and Mexico great again. And you guys can do it as well too. We're counting on you in America, so therefore you don't have to keep sapping off of the resources. Taking all the jobs and everything. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. And plus, America is actually detoxing now. Can y'all just feel it now, how America is detoxing right now? Because of all of the lies and the hypocritical crap and the money laundering, the stealing of what the Dems been doing on the left and some of these old low-down rhinos. Can't y'all see that the arrest is being made against them too? I mean, it's a beautiful thing. We are detoxing, ladies and gentlemen, from all this. We're talking about heavy, talking about crime and corruption and crime. You know, I'm over here in Michigan, right? You know, Michigan been corrupt, man. I'm talking about the current leadership up there and things, right? Boy, I tell you, from our governor and all the rest of them, corrupt. Oh, my goodness. That's why Trump said our voting thing in Detroit is one of the worst, man. One of the most corrupt things throughout the United States. That's how bad it is here in Detroit.
Mexico. But as you're about to see, this has been the entire justification for extending this program, and it's been fraudulent this entire time. Look.
Yes, so yes, Haitians live in Haiti. It's not our position that Haitians should leave Haiti. I mean, it'd be crazy for us to say that Haitians couldn't live in Haiti. It's their country. Of course Haitians should live in Haiti. There's no viable asylum, or to use a technical term here, CAT claim, or withholding claim for any Haitian seeking relief from going back to Haiti, to their homeland. The fact that there might be pockets of Haiti where there's higher crime rates, guess what? There's pockets of Chicago with crime rates just as high. It has never been the case that.
Yeah, because you don't have to live in those pocket areas. You can move to another area that's not so pocket area. Shit, and even in America, we got pocket areas. You don't see Americans talking about, I got to seek asylum, Canada, because we under something. It don't make no sense, though, you know what I'm saying? So therefore, I'm all aboard for these Haitians and all the rest of them, right, to be deported, to go back home. Go home.
Having communities that have high crime rates is a basis for asylum. Never has been, never will be.
This is the real kicker. Nobody wants to admit that there are areas of our country that are just as dangerous as the conditions that we're being told are so terrible. Nobody should live in some of these other countries, and those conditions exist in these sanctuary cities like New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles. This is wild. And what are the requirements for temporary protected status? Anyone can go look them up who cares to do so, and they're pretty simple. Ongoing armed conflict like a civil war. And
look at this right here. Look at what it says. The secretary may designate a country for TPS due to the following temporary conditions in the country, right? Ongoing armed conflict, such as civil war, and environmental disasters such as earthquake or hurricane, right? Ain't nothing going on like that right now, or an epidemic. Well, other extraordinary and temporary conditions. Everything is temporary, not permanent, right? It says, and these stupid Dems know that, but it's their voter block. They have to push and keep saying, well, temporary mean temporary, but we can keep extending this, keep sustaining it, because they don't care. See, they already got their bag, right? Only thing they care about is the votes. They don't care damn about the American people, but we got to have the votes to safeguard who? They say democracy. Mob rules, right? On the left. This is exactly what it is. Go ahead, Cash. I know I said most of it, but go ahead.
Environmental disaster like the earthquake that affected Haiti or some other temporary condition. There is no permanent condition that qualifies a country for a temporary relocation program. You see that? That would make the temporary program permanent because the condition at home would never change, which is how we're being sold on this whole thing. We're being told that because things are not perfect in Haiti, this program should continue to be extended. But this poses a unique problem for places like New York City that have built themselves on a foundation of lawlessness and sanctuary laws that go against the laws of the federal government and the country as a whole. And there are now entire areas of New York City that could change drastically overnight if the people affected by this TPS change obey the law and do the right thing. Look at this.
Keeping the stove and lights on is becoming a lot harder for John Haitian restaurant executive chef Wesley Jean Simon after he says sales dropped 60% after he had to let 8 of his 13 employees go. After the Supreme Court ruled that the Trump administration could end the Temporary Protected Status Program, or TPS, for more than 350,000 Haitian immigrants nationwide, meaning that after midnight they will lose their work permits, become undocumented, and have to either go into hiding or self-deport themselves.
Half those guys is basically have family and friends and people that take care of Haiti and have no income, and some of them are actually scared of leaving their house.
That's crazy.
Simon and another manager are now working 14 shifts weekly, he says, to cover the lost workers. But it's not just here.
Nobody is outside, the majority of people out there.
So areas of New York City, America's largest sanctuary city, are now a complete ghost town. And this is one of the issues with extending a temporary humanitarian aid program indefinitely, while at the same time telling people that, hey, when this program ends, since we're a sanctuary city, we'll actually help you stay here in violation of the law. You create situations like this where the streets are empty, where businesses can't survive, where you have business owners who are now working 14 shifts because they thought it was perfectly acceptable to hire people who might have to leave the country at any moment, and they built their whole business on that, and now it's evaporating. The customers are gone, the employees are gone. This is wild. And as you're about to see, it's not just these local businesses in New York City on Nostrand Avenue that are having to let people go. Look at this. The city just had to fire a whole bunch of workers, and the mayor is blaming the president for this, while running a sanctuary city that tells people if they're here illegally, hey, no big deal, stick around, we got your back.
Very similar to the conditions that led to the authorization of TPS, who have made the city their life. And for us in this moment to tell Haitian New Yorkers who have made the city their life for years that they have to go back to that, it is terrifying.
You guys notice that Mondummy is still trying to sell it? Still trying to sell it. I don't care how and what you say about which country is worse than Haiti or Haiti is worse than them. Like I said, it's pockets, just like any other country. They don't have to live in those dangerous pockets. There's other parts of Haiti that is good and safe. So don't sit up here and try to say all of Haiti is a total disaster, and it's not. Because if it was so, more people were trying to come over here, right? We're trying to eliminate. It's temporary protection status, not permanent protection status. Look up the words. You know what temporary mean, man. Let's not be stupid now. Come on now.
To imagine what might be waiting for them there. And we're also talking about Haitian New Yorkers who have been truly at the heart of so many of the industries that power this city. Healthcare, construction, hospitality.
Yeah, he's still trying to sell it. We got American people that can do that. We were just fine. You know what I'm saying? Well, you're going to have those people over here, and what were they doing? Taking advantage of them, cheaper work, cheaper labor. Come on now. It wasn't like they were paying these people top dollar, man. You can't even sell that dummy, man. I don't believe you, bro. You know what I'm saying? The Haitian people are what we consider, second or third class citizenship in this country. Stop the line. Stop the noise. Stop.
Workers, so many different aspects that without which we wouldn't have the city that we have today.
That's crazy.
And we also wanted to make sure that we only took this action at the point at which it was legally required to do so, because this is not an action that we want to take in any which way or form.
So what's interesting about this is we've got a couple of weird things at play here. We've got a massive affordability crisis and a job crisis in New York City. So one way to look at this recent firing by the city of workers who just lost their legal status in the country is that there are now open positions that people who are here with legal status will be able to take advantage of while they try to pay their $6,000 a month apartment rents and buy their groceries. But the thing is, none of this had to happen. We didn't have to put people who were in this country in this situation at all.
Now, I agree. That's what I was saying. We didn't have to do this. We didn't have to do this. We got fine American working people here. We did not have to do this.
America just done the right thing at the beginning and enforced its own laws. If you're going to have a temporary program and then you're going to extend it for 15 years, of course you're going to have to go through a process. That is not an easy process. Of course, you're going to be disrupting businesses, disrupting communities, but that's the whole reason this was extended. This was extended because you have people that want to see America open its border. And it was extended under the justification that things are not perfect in some of these other countries. Therefore, we should allow people to live here for another 10 years. And then when it's finally time to do something about it, you have conditions that exist now that make it harder to enforce the law, which were never there 18 years ago, 15 years ago, whatever. And that's why this whole thing is such a mess. It's a mess on purpose. And the blame for that doesn't lie at the feet of those who were enforcing laws that expired 15 years ago, unfortunately.
A neighbor of ours is illegal.
Tonight, hundreds of Haitian migrants in Springfield, Ohio are being summoned to DHS for in-person check-ins and to be fitted for ankle monitors if they don't choose to self-deport. It's one of
got to put those ankle monitors on, you know what I'm saying? Because right now, America is being purged, right? You know what I'm saying? You American citizens didn't allow this to happen. It was the people that many of you voted for and supposed to represent the American people have been representing who? People of other countries in the world, which is totally wrong, which is totally criminal, right? And once again, here it is, boy. Here it is. So, yeah, I'm not sympathetic in the least, right? This is about America first, and I'm not ashamed to talk about it. That's why I wear the hat that I wear, right? This is America first, making America great again. Take it away, Cash.
Department's first move since the Supreme Court ruled in June to end TPS for nearly 350,000 Haitian migrants. The Department of Homeland Security taking to X today to remind Americans that TPS is meant to be just that, temporary. Those with terminated TPS have two options: leave or be removed.
There it is. Leave or be removed. It's just that simple. I would self-deport. If you self-deport, there could be a chance when you're applying for citizenship, right? And then let's say if you meet the requirements, you'll come back. But if they deport you, you could lose your chance of ever becoming an American citizen again. So I'm reaching out to Haitians and all other illegals. Self-deport now. This should be a public service announcement, right? Let me go ahead and put my thing, make it more theatrical. Theatrical. You know what I'm saying? Hold on for a minute. Where's my thing at? Hold on for a minute. I just want you guys, because that way we can get more of them, more of the effect of it. Let me see here. Hold on for a minute. Let me see here. What's my ear? Hold on for a minute. Damn, boy, I can't seem to find nothing, boy. I tell you something. Oh, there it is. So, public service announcement. So, if you are an illegal, I would suggest that you self-deport now. Self-deport now. Self-deport now, right? That's what you have to do, right? You have to self-deport now, because if you don't, and if they catch you and deport you, you could possibly lose your opportunity of becoming an American citizen ever again, right? So you must comply. You must deport. You got the CPP app. It don't take much. Download the app. Put your information in there. Schedule a time, and where our nice DSA, you know what I'm saying, our nice ICE agents, DSA, our nice ICE agents, right, will be more than happy to come and pick you up. So do the right thing, not the wrong thing. Do the right thing. This is for all illegals, not just Haitians, right? All illegal aliens are subject, right, to be deported out of America. So if you want to do the right thing, right, get on that CPP app, do the right thing. You know better. All right.
Seeing this. But you know what? The person wearing that ankle monitor did the right thing. They're not trying to be a fugitive in America. But whose fault is it that they have to wear an ankle monitor? Whose fault is it that they have now committed themselves to life in this country on a permanent basis when they were brought here because of a
Yeah, and they got the ankle monitor. So therefore, you're being monitored and tracked everywhere you go. Let's get it.
Program. That's the fault of the people that extended it. That's the fault of the people that said, hey, we're going to try to let you stay here forever. Hey, we got sanctuary cities. Hey, we got resources. We're going to help you get attorneys so you can fight this thing. I mean, the fact that people are here and are in this line and are trying to do the right thing, and the fact that it looks as awful as it looks, let's be honest here, is not the fault of Trump.
In particular, in the case of the Haitians, the Biden administration flew over vast numbers. It's hard to know the exact number, but probably more than 1 million illegal immigrants from Haiti. That's not counting the border crossings into the United States.
This is the fault of the sanctuary politicians and the people that want to reopen America's border however they can, because their goal is to have communism descend upon our country and to have people vote that into office in just a few months. And the idea that people would be sent out of America right when they're trying to take it over is absolutely repulsive to these communists who orchestrated this whole thing to begin with, and who have orchestrated our entire affordability crisis to begin with. But things are getting even worse for New York City. Look at this.
No hustling and bustling. There's no more.
Over at Maimonides Medical Center, healthcare workers are outraged.
As a nurse, I know our hospitals are already facing a staffing shortage. We are still recovering from the devastation impact of COVID-19.
Let me be unequivocal. Haitians will always be welcomed here in this city.
Brooklyn Councilwoman Alexa Alvarez is one of the many elected officials, like New York State Attorney General Letitia James, making their voices heard.
Really?
This is not justice. This is cruelty.
So New York's Attorney General, who's great at justice when it comes to Trump, doesn't understand that when a temporary program expires, nothing illegal has occurred, nothing cruel has occurred. But this is the preaching we get from people who want to see America change in ways that have never been possible and won't be possible if these programs are treated as they are supposed to be. If these temporary programs are allowed to expire, and if the laws of this country are upheld, these people don't think they can get their way, and that's why they're so upset about it. They don't care about people who are here. They're out there making statements like, oh, Haitians will always be welcome in New York. Who said people from any country weren't welcome in New York? Their insinuation is that there's something wrong going on here, but the reality is everyone's welcome in New York. Everyone's welcome in America. It's just we have laws that dictate who's here and who's not, and we have an immigration system. Listen to this.
Temporary and not permanent.
It's the right call. I've been doing this since 1984. TPS has never been temporary.
Tom Holman.
That's why the whole statute exists. Temporarily give people protection while the country's in turmoil or after they suffer a hurricane.
Yep.
The problem is no administration have had the guts to actually follow that statute. President Trump has the guts to follow the law. So temporary means temporary. When the condition of that country gets better, they need to go home.
As I said before, Trump was the only president that had the balls and the guts to do something about temporary status. It's like the old saying goes, you know, when you ask a friend or someone that you know closest to you, say, hey, can I keep my stuff over at your house for a temporary point in time? What tends to happen? The psychological thing, it can be 6 months to a year. Try getting your stuff back. That stuff becomes like their furniture, right? And how many people have experienced that before? And this is the same thing with temporary status. When they come over here, right? They understood it was temporary, but the years went by. Now they're trying to dress up temporary status as a permanent status, which makes no sense. But, but again, we have a president that had the balls and the gall and the nerve to do what he's doing. Temporary means temporary. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we gave Trump a mandate when we voted for him. And this was one of his campaign promises. He said when he becomes, president again, and the second term, 47 president, he was we've seen it in his policies. He said mass deportation that the world had never seen before, right? And that's exactly what he ran on, and that's what his promise was. And we all knew this, had voted for Trump, even the people that didn't. Don't act like this is so surprising and new. We knew that Trump was going to be doing this. No, you can't lie. You can't say that Trump is a liar, that's for sure. He's a man of his word, boy, I tell you.
There are millions of people standing in line want to be part of the greatest nation on earth. And that goes back to my early point. People say, why you arrest them if they're not criminals under 10 years? Because
man, somebody brought up about what's his name? Tucson, Salvatore, the dude, over Haiti. What's this, 1804? I know the history, right? You got to go back that far, because after they beat the French, all right. But look what happened to Haiti. They put sanctions over Haiti well over 100 years. Are you kidding me? I mean, Haiti is the reason. Haiti right now, right? And what I don't understand is that, you won against Napoleon. That's true. And they also, what he also is not saying is that Tucson, they ended up taking him. He went over there to France. Napoleon said, hey, we brothers, we both French, man, all this other stuff. He went over there and never returned. Right? Never returned. You know the history. Come on now. So with Haiti had an opportunity to, what is it? Why they couldn't build infrastructure? France have it, but Haiti don't have it. Haiti had it when they were up under French, right? Under the French. But they don't have it once they won the war against the French. Why is it? I mean, you know what I'm saying? We know that the sanctions happened, right? Shit, there was sanctions on us with Black Wall Street. What did the people do internally? I mean, they were spending money amongst themselves, building up their community. Why haven't Haiti built up their community, right? This is a question I have for you Haitians. Yeah, you were the first Black independent nation. I give you that. But at the same time, why haven't you built up your country, right? Why is it the way that it is now, right? Nobody, wasn't no white man over there. Remember, y'all beat the white man. Come on now. So if you beat the white man, you should have been able to reproduce for yourself, and you did not, right? This is what baffles me with some of these so-called black nations. If you want to prove that you can do it better than the white man, why don't you prove running your country better, right? Building and caring for your people instead of these pockets of warlords warring and tribaling and rivaling with each other. Same thing like they're doing in Africa, right? Fighting over the resources when you should be sharing the resources. This is one of the things about these countries that we call third world. Man, I'm just saying though, man, we can just look at it for what it really is, man. War-torn, warlords going on and all kind of stuff. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand this about Haiti. right? You could have had an opportunity, but you did not. You did the same thing that the rest of a lot of these nations do, right? That's why we over here looking crazy at you right now, side-eyeing you. If you want to prove that if y'all got the stuff in Haiti, build Haiti up, right? You may have to go up against these warlords and stuff, right? You're going to have to do something to make Haiti great again, right? Do they even have a functioning? Whatever happened to that dude Wycliffe? Ain't he Haitian? Whatever happened to that dude? Wasn't he somewhere in politics? Right? Because I don't really see a whole lot about, I don't really know a whole lot about Port-au-Prince, Haiti, which is the capital. But one thing about it is, I know a little bit about the history, but I'm always baffled me, man. Why isn't Haiti ever great? Right? I mean, the country, I mean, damn. I mean, shoot. It looks like it's back in the Stone Ages in some parts. Man, I'm just saying, man, shoot. I'd rather be in America. I'm so blessed to be in America. Man, greatest country on earth, man. It's America, ladies and gentlemen, greatest country on earth. Don't let nobody else tell you otherwise, right? Boy, I tell you, man, But yeah, that's the thing about it, though, man. Oh, my goodness, we play some more of this. Boy,
the system. They may have been there 10 years, so let's remember, when you enter the country illegally, it's a crime, and they're doing that, putting themselves in front of the line while millions of people are taking their tests, doing their background investigation, paying their fees to be part of the greatest nation on earth.
Yeah, that's why these people are angry. So that's what the Dems don't tell the people that I said this earlier. When you walk through the right pathway of citizenship, Tom Homan even said it. Cash even agrees with it. You leapfrog it over the people that have already went through and took the test. You know, become a naturalized citizen of the United States, right? They have to learn the Constitution stuff. Well, you know, all this stuff they have to know, right? They have to know the president, what his position is, and all the rest of the stuff, right? You guys should look at a citizenship test. We should go and pull down one of these days. We know a lot of Americans won't pass it. That's for damn sure. I know.
So temporary means temporary, and I'm grateful for that decision.
So here's the other part of this. We want to talk about things like justice and cruelty. Where's the justice for people who are doing things the right way? Where's the justice for people that have all their paperwork and they're waiting in line to go through their background checks and come into America legally in the way our laws already dictate? What about the cruelty inflicted on those individuals when their cases get delayed because we've reopened the U.S. border and now there's no resources to help people do it the right way? How are we not going to stick up for the law-abiding who are suffering the cruelty that exists when a country decides to pursue lawlessness, which just makes people's lives less affordable? I'm so glad that he brought that up, but this isn't something anybody in New York wants to hear. Look.
Humanitarian concerns. The U.S. State Department currently urges Americans not to travel there under any circumstances due to...
You don't want to go to Haiti and things. I know you guys know that. A lot of Americans, man, you know, we're not trying to do that. No. We're not trying to do that.
Violence involving criminal gangs. In a statement to CBS News, the Department of Homeland Security said it does not discuss ongoing or future operations, but argue that TPS has been used as a, quote, de facto amnesty program and suggested that those set to lose their status should self-deport now. Meanwhile, a spokesperson for the mayor's office says the city is offering Haitian and Syrian migrant support by connecting those families with free and confidential legal help.
So the city of New York says, look, we got a program.
Look at what they're calling it. Look at the Newark Avenue, Little Haiti Station, Flatbush, right? Right? This is over in Flatbush Avenue. Look at this. And they're over here saying that this is Little Haiti. Boy, you got Little Haiti over there in Florida. It's always going to be a Little Haiti, right? But the thing about it is as I stated before, this stuff should not be allowed, though. You know what I'm saying, though, man? It really shouldn't. It shouldn't be allowed. Why don't we just call it what it is, Newark Avenue? Why we got a nickname-ish? Why don't it just be what it is, you know? That's the whole thing about it. But I get it because they migrated, a lot of them there. Wasn't migrated. They came over here. We already know the history. That's why we got to get them out of here right now, right? And I'm all for that, though, man. And this is for all of them, not just Haitians. We said it for all of them. If you are illegal, that means, you know, anybody, ladies and gentlemen.
That has existed much past its expiration date. We, as socialists that want an open border, disagree with this program. So you know what? We're going to fire the people that we hired who were part of that program. But now we're going to go pay for them to stay here. We're going to pay for them to have attorneys if they want to fight this thing. And we're going to pull out all the stops during an affordability crisis for people that are in our city and are trying to make it and are here with legal permission. Think about that for a second. New York seems to have plenty of money as long as it's not for things that help the law-abiding or fund their own police department. They got plenty of money for everything else somehow.
We told people from the beginning this was truly, honestly about the whitening of this country. This was clearly against black and...
Whitening of this country? Whitening? You got a country in Haiti. What the hell is he talking about? You already have a country. It's black. Build that up. Instead of trying to come over here and build Haiti up. Build it up.
Communities, black and brown immigrants.
No. This is such a ludicrous statement by the public advocate here. I mean, here he is talking about how New York and how America are totally biased against certain people based on where they're from. I mean, that couldn't be further from the...
Look, you had TPS. You've been over here for a long time for some of these Haitians, right? You had every opportunity, right, to do something about it, right? To try to get your citizenship. Even when you was if it would have been me, I would have been trying to get my citizenship and become an American citizen. Shit, you've been over here long enough. Why you gotta wait right now where it's a problem now when your temporary protection status has ended? This is a bunch of hypocrisy. This is crap, man. Look at this.
If your temporary protected status ends, no matter which country you're from, this also includes Syria, this includes countries like Venezuela, their status expired a few years ago. I mean, we hear the same arguments from people.
Hold on, I gotta say this too. Venezuelans, you know you don't have no excuse right now. Nicolas Maduro have already been captured. There's a new government over there right now. People over there are happy now. Thank you, Mr. Trump. Thank you, Mr. Trump. Thank you, Mr. Trump. So you have every opportunity to go back to Venezuela and help build Venezuela. Make Venezuela great again, right? And a lot of them are. Some of them are going back home, you know, because that's where you are. At least you have a country, right? You have a country, right? And now that the threat has been neutralized, you know Venezuela don't have no excuse whatsoever now, right? You ain't got to deal with none of this criminal, corrupt leadership, presidente, and all the rest of this stuff no more. So I already know. Do like what the Haitians are doing, right? Do like what the Venezuelans are doing. They're going back home, right? At least they could be with their loved ones again. They ain't got to feel like they're being exiled, right? Kicked out, had to run, flee the country. You good now, Venezuelans, you good.
Every single time about why this stuff needs to be extended. And the goal here is to get you, the viewer, to say, yeah, this is wrong. Yeah, we should just keep these temporary programs going forever. So
we are not going to keep these temporary things going forever. It's temporary. It's temporary. You got to go. And it ain't just the Haitians. You know, anybody over here illegal, we can name them all if you like to. That's for all. Europe, too. If you over here illegal, you got to go. You got to go. You got to go. It's just how it is. You got to go.
They can, by proxy, get their amnesty initiative. That's what this is really about. This isn't about caring for people that are actually from Haiti. If people in New York that are out there really cared about folks that are from Haiti, what are they doing for all the legal residents in New York that are from Haiti? There's a lot of New Yorkers that are from Haiti that are here legally. What are they doing to help those people? Because you know what? Those people are going to be stuck here with the $6,600 a month rent. Those people are going to be stuck here with the inability to find good jobs in New York because all the businesses are leaving because nobody wants to get punished for starting a company.
Oh, yeah.
in New York, and if you're working at a grocery store, good luck. That might not last too much longer, because after the city builds its free grocery stores, your business is going to be out of business. So I would love to hear from these New Yorkers that want to talk about justice and cruelty, what they're actually doing for the people that remain. And you know, at the other end of this spectrum, there was just a natural disaster in Venezuela. It was an earthquake, just like the natural disaster that took place in Haiti. These are both tragic. But what is the U.S. doing in Venezuela? Did we reenact temporary protected status for Venezuela? No. Instead, the U.S. sent humanitarian aid, sent the military over there, sent food, sent medical aid. The U.S. is stabilizing Venezuela. The U.S. is maintaining law and order in Venezuela and helping the Venezuelan people rebuild their country so that they can get it back up and running as quickly as possible.
That's what we do. That's what civilized countries are supposed to do. And that's what America has been doing. So you miss me with all this Trump, what Trump doing. They sent humanitarian aid over there, as he mentioned. We also got our military people over there and things like that. And when Haiti, when they had their big earthquake, y'all remember that, right? They were supposed to have done the same thing. What did they do? They brought, a lot of them over here, TPS status and all the rest of the stuff, and there was no reason to. It was no need to.
It's going to be a better system. It's going to be a more affordable system, and it's going to get rapid results compared to telling people that live in Venezuela, hey, just evacuate your country and come over here for a while, and maybe things will itself out. I mean, that's what temporary protected status is. And you've got critics that say, hey, this is not even the right way to do things. What do you think?
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. So that is it. That is it. I'm going to have to cut it short today. But yeah, we got Angela, child of God, in the house. Hold on for a minute. There she goes. Angela, the child of God, Roy. We got Dakota Zeller in the house. Boy, Dakota, you know. Yeah. And by the way, he's a boy, not a girl. I just had to say that, though, Dakota, though, because you know how it is. We got Jigsaw, right? Bud Russell. Coconuts are real, you know. We got all out of you guys. It's part of this in the Mom Squad. We got Salty Savage, right? Who else we have here? Boy, we have many others. Hold on, we got Black Guy 9 in the house. Black Guy 9, right? Let me see here. Who else do we have here in the house? Boy, let me see. He said hit that like button. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like button. Let me see. Who else is in here? I don't see Hard Right yet. I know they was on the Discord earlier. Oh, yeah, Red Hood, Beyond. He's on here giving a warning to Bob, saying be cool. What's cooler than cool, Bob? Right? Be cool. Here it is, the Mod Squad. Stand up 100%. Red Hood and Beyond is in the house. No one knows this Masked Avenger, but just do as he say, you know. That's all you need to know, you know. Boy, don't be intimidated by the mask, you know. But there it is. Boy, I tell you. Let me see here. Oh, we got Bernie in the house, not Sanders either. Bernie running for governor of California, ladies and gentlemen. California. Because there's a lot of crime, a lot of corruption in California. But we have Bernie, LCC, in the house, boy. Shout out to you, Bernie, man. Good to see you as well. Yeah. Boy, I love it, man. We got military people, politicians, police officers, truck drivers, farmers. We got real men and women of America, school teachers, housewives and so forth, right? It's all good. All walks of lives are actually welcome, man. It's welcome, you know what I'm saying? Boy, who else we have in here? Just looking down the list, though. It's been great, though, being on here. I had to take off yesterday. Sorry I was not on. Ice Baby, Red Hood says. Ice Baby. We got Ice Baby. You know what I'm saying? We got Mr. Mr. Mikey. Yeah, Mr. Mikey in the house, boy. I tell you, I remember Mr. Mikey before. Shout out to you, Mr. Mikey. Oh, yeah, Mr. Mikey, ladies and gentlemen. Bernie too, boy. I tell y'all, man. Yeah, I'm just kind of going over here, looking down the list of people. My Mod Squad is over here, locked and loaded, hard right. He says, if you believe polls, right, or polls, Scamala or Kamala was supposedly going to be our president. Yeah, you're right about that, hard right. You are right about that. I'm going to post it, though. I love his cat. That's his cat, ladies and gentlemen, over there looking like Garfield the cat. Look at him. Little chubby little thing, cute little thing, isn't he? Boy, and I love animals, too, especially cats, you know. I sure do. Yep, look at that here. Oh, yeah, we got Zinc. He always throwing shots. Zinc, boy, I tell you, Zinc. Well, I'm going to call you Zinc. You know, instead of Zinc Roofer. You know what I'm saying? He's got down here, and you morons call Democrat Party the racist. What a joke. Zinc, you won't even come up here to even debate, man. Talking about the Democrats. Or you want to sit up here and tell that lie that the Democrats aren't. Your party is responsible for destroying my community. Or how you like that? Right? That's a fact. Boy, we're talking about the low-down Democrat or Demo KKK and things like that. You even had the Southern Poverty Law Center, man. You notice he don't want to talk about that. The same group that was responsible for destroying Black Wall Street, Rosewood, Asheville, North Carolina. What about Black Bottom here in Detroit? These were all prominent neighborhoods and communities, right? Back in the turn of the century, right? After the abolishment of slavery. What ended up happening? It was jealous, who? Liberal, low-down whites. That's where the Democrats that destroyed those communities. Stewart 2004 is in the house. You know Zinc gonna run. You know Zinc gonna run because those facts are the truth. It was Abraham Lincoln is the freeing of the slaves. No Democrat president ever freed the slaves. You had every opportunity, but you didn't. Democrats was for slavery. Republicans was against slavery. That's why the party was started by abolitionists and the Whig Party, which is blacks and whites that got together to stop the spread of slavery throughout the West. Facts. 1854, Republican Party. Magic Man is in the house, man. Shout out to you. Yeah, don't waste your time with the Zinc man. You don't even waste your time with him, though. He's scared to debate. He's a coward, right? Just like a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna get up here and talk that. He'll just go up here and talk some ish on through the chat. You better stay on the chat. You better stay on that chat. You know you don't want to deal with that real stuff. It's too much for you, boy. It's too much for you. I'm too much for you. You know, let me see. Magic Man says, LOL. You're right, Bud Russell. Bud Russell, he says SPLC shares a donor base with the DNC. I've been said that, and I'm glad you're saying it right now, though, Bud Russell. It's a fact. We even got a low-down ass person right now trying to run for governor. What's her name? Jocelyn Benson. All y'all know who she is out of Michigan. Corrupt from the flow up. Make me want to throw up, man. She trying to run. And ain't she part of that group, too? Don't she sit on the committee, right? Boy, please. Zinc know better, man. Zinc, you know better. Better not come up here, boy. Get destroyed. Boy, I tell you. But yeah, he always come in here with the lies that they preach, right? He know better. You know, this is a no-flex zone. We got Brian Reedy in here. You know I was going to forget you. Magic Man, Brian Reedy. Boy, look at this, man. Hard Right says, I'm here. He got the salute, sir. I appreciate you. I know you've been trying to contact me. I'm going to hit you up privately or Discord, one of the two. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I know you got the YOLO I saw the camera. That's a great camera, man. Detachable lenses work pretty much like a DSLR or mirrorless, man. I know a lot about it. The YOLO, y'all, for the cam. That's a very, very good one. Should have got that one myself, but $400. I was like, oh, my goodness. But, yeah, I'm sure you're going to do great things with it, though, Hard Right. I'm sure you're going to do great things with it, though, man. Yeah, congratulations to Hard Right getting his new camera, his webcam. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing, though, you know. Yeah, so, yeah, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, I got to get on. Let me see, Discord link doesn't work for me. Oh, let me see what I can do here. You said Discord link don't work for you? Hold on for a minute. Let me see what I can do. Give me just one moment here, though. Let me go ahead and find that link that Hard Right sent me. And then therefore we can go through it. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and take this down. I'm going to put up another piece up here to give a little bit more, shed a little bit more light in regards to what is going on. Hold on for a minute. Let me go ahead and take this down and stuff like that. And oops, hold on for a minute. This is what we're going to do here. We're going to keep the, let's keep that ice up for a minute. We keep that banner up. And then what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and take down the vertical shear right here. We got that taken down. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to go ahead and put up something else. Just give me one moment. Go ahead and grab this. And we're going to put this up in things. So therefore, we can shed a little bit more light on who's behind what. There it is right here, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, let me do this here. I'm going to go ahead and put myself out in front. Okay, there we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here you go right here. Boy, look who's pulling the strings, right? Let me put myself right here, temporary. Who's pulling the strings? Who does that look like? You already know. You see over here, look at it. Seize all AI companies, Teachers Union, Josh Shapiro, Gavin Knucklehead Newscomb, No Data Centers is AOC, and who's the puppet master? Who is it? Well, you guys know who this is. Look at this here, man. You know, I control all. I control all. They will never know it me. I control all. Oh, my goodness. Ain't that something, boy? They would never know, right? They would never know my devious plot for world domination. Oh, my goodness, man. Ooh, man. Ain't this something? Ain't this fitting? Look at this. Boy, look at this, though. And this is what's really going on, ladies and gentlemen. You know, you would never catch me. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. Right. Boy, I tell you, man, look at this stuff, man. Yep. So that's the thing about it, man. Yep. Enough talk. All we know is we got enough evidence. We don't need to do no more talking. Got enough evidence, right? We just want you guys, when we win the midterms, we want to take you out of power. We don't need these crazies in power no more. There's no more debate, right? No more conversation. What we're going to do, we're going to do to you what you're going to try to do to us. We're going to make sure that you're never in power ever again, right? Yeah, they struggling. Look at this. It's all just a propaganda campaign. Look at this. Who's pulling the strings? Look at this. Okay, let me see here. I got to put the link up. Who is pulling the strings? Let me go ahead and pull it down. Hold on for a minute. I got to get that link back up here. I like that YOLO. Yeah, let me see here. Who's doing it? All right, copy that. Ladies and gentlemen, just give me one moment. I'm going to make sure that the link is clickable for people in it, for Discord, you know. It's great. Oh, yeah, this Deontay, he's still live right now. I didn't know he was still alive. God darn it. I did not know he was still alive, but that's all good, though. Let me go ahead and pull up my some random. Yep. So I'm just some random dude over here. Just give me one moment. All right, there I am right here. Random dude over here. I'm just a random dude. That's my voice here. Hold on for a minute. Let me go ahead on and put this down over here. There's Discord, ladies and gentlemen. Now this should be clickable. Plus, Dakota posted as well. So either or should work for you. That's the Discord channel. And this was brought to me by, right, Hard Right, right? Look at it. You got Dakota in there. You guys should be able to go in there, chat, conversate, talk, you know what I'm saying, and so forth, right? We just ask that you be respectful and kind. That's all, you know. That's all that is, you know. There we go. So that's the link right there. Get on the Discord, you know. Boy, look at that. Y'all know who this is. Boy, who's pulling the strings, right? It sure ain't me. Who's pulling the strings, you know? Yep. Can you imagine if I had my face up there like that? Oh, man, that's funny. Ooh, man, that's funny. Dakota says, link in the, okay, LinkedIn is on your account, Tony. Okay, got you. I'm going to ask Hardright to help me link it to my channel. Okay, that's cool, man. Go right ahead. Yeah, for your channel, Dakota's channel. And Dakota, I'm going to have to check your channel out. I've been meaning to tell you that, man. Yeah, that way I could follow you too, man. Yep. I don't know what I was thinking, you know. Let me see. Salty Savage says, American hating third world and globalists. Here it is right here. Boy, I tell you. Yep. The globalists, the parasitical global elite, right? But yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get on off here. I got to get back to work. Got to go to work. I got to go to work, you know. Dakota says, I have nothing on my channel. Okay, that's okay. Well, we be in Discord and all that. That's cool. Discord, you know. Mr. Mikey says, random. Thank you. I appreciate you too, and all of you guys as well too. Mr. Mikey, I remember you from before, man, looking cool in those sunglasses there. Full beard too, man. I wish I can grow a beard. It'd be too itchy for me, man. I always want to scratch on it and rub it. I guess over time I get used to it. That's one thing. I never wore a full beard ever, you know. But yeah, man. But it looks good on you, man. We got Angela, the child of God, ladies and gentlemen. Let me put her right here so y'all can see it. Angela, child of God. Boy, I appreciate you. I appreciate all my Mod Squad, you know. Yep. Let me see here. Who else right here? We have Randy, right? He says, have a great day, right? And to you as well, sir. Coconuts are real. You know, where's Joe Mama? Always good to see him. Joe Mama always watching in the background. He's always watching. I got to get that echo thing going. But yeah, Joe Mama is like Batman. He's always watching Gotham, watching over Gotham City, you know? Yep, boy. Not your mama, but Joe Mama. Yep, the legendary Joe Mama, you know? Yeah. And Omega, you know? I remember those two when I met them a few years back on my channel when I was young and growing, even before I was even monetized, man. Boy, I was out there doing my thing. You remember the early days, man? I used to have some people rocking with your boy. Boy, it's a beautiful thing, isn't it? All right, guys. So I'm about to get ready to head on out, man. You guys have been great. I think we knocked down those walls. Boy, look at that here. Who's pulling the strings? Oh, I do it. I pull strings. I do it. Yeah, he do it. There we go, you know. Boy, I tell you, coconuts are real with the flag. As well, we're going to end with the Star Spangled Banner. Francis Scott Key, guys. One of the most beautiful pieces. Man, we got a bad boy. Ain't nobody's anthem better than the American anthem, man. Ain't nobody's, you know what I'm saying? I know Canada's. Oh, Canada. It don't come compared. Sorry, Canadians, I'm just saying. When it says, you know, oh, man, this is a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing, though, you know. Boy, I tell you. But other than that, guys, I'm going to go ahead on and we're going to end it with the Star Spangled Banner. Sing along, libtards. Yeah, show your appreciation of America and show some respect to your president, and that is Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all. Boy, I tell you, aren't you proud to be a proud American too? Where at least that you can be free, and for all the men who died and fought and died, so my you know what can be free. That's a beautiful thing, though. Lee Greenwood, ladies and gentlemen, I love that song. I think I'm gonna listen to it, boy. I wish I could listen to it with y'all. Copyright situations, you know, copyright situations. But yeah, Lee Greenwood, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. All right, guys. So let me go ahead on and take this down. We're gonna go ahead and put that back up. Just give me one moment. Boy, yeah, look like that Xi Jinping, you know. Xi Jinping, boy, I tell you, look at him. Look at him. It me. I do it. It me. Okay, let me go ahead and take that down. Oh my goodness, boy. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and take that down. Where is my boy, I tell you guys, I thought I was organized. I'm getting there, ladies and gentlemen. I am getting there. I am somebody. I am somebody. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys. Boy, let me see. This channel looking a little naked right now, but not to worry though. Let's go ahead and put back up my favorite. Hold on for a minute. Boy, I tell y'all, man. Oh, there it is. I see it. Come on now. All right, there we go. The American Save Act, ladies and gentlemen. It just looks so pretty, don't it? It really does. It really does. I'll do it myself. It looks really, really good. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go ahead and do this here. We're going to go ahead and put that up. And I got one more to put up, and we are all good, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate y'all, though. I really do, man. You guys have been, oops, that's the wrong one. You guys have been great. Oh, that's the wrong one as well. Okay, nope, that's the wrong one. Is it this one? Hold on for a minute. Is it this one right here? Okay, nope. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go put up the vertical thing here. All right, shut up, Shuri. I ain't talking to you. Okay, here we go. All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and do this here. Let's go ahead and put up the thing here. Star Spangled Banner. And I'll see you all tomorrow. It's all good. There we go. We'll go ahead and put that up here. Oh, yeah, there it is right here. Okay, guys. I will see y'all all tomorrow. Peace and chicken grease. I'm out.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes